Hello, is this Mr. Gambit here with a new stream? And this stream I'm going to be going over the event week for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. That goes into June 29th, came out like very early Thursday as it usually does. And yes, I am doing this on like very early Monday, but yeah. Again, they didn't put shit in a what's new section though. I was hoping it would put some stuff there, but there's a few things that are missing there, unfortunately. But yeah, starting off with some just tuners bonuses here. All activities in and around the car meet will triple the usual reputation points. So when I think around, like in and around the car meet, I think it's basically going to be stuff just at the car meet, not stuff like outside. So for example, like the exotic exports and like the auto shop deliveries and like robbery contracts, all that kind of stuff that takes place like outside the car meet, I feel would be like regular amounts probably. But yeah, doing like a time trial like every day, like bringing like a personal vehicle and like a test ride vehicle into like the test track every day, making like a modification at like the car meet mod shop every day, and then like wearing like car meet like clothing for an extra like triple like AFK like reputation points and stuff like that. I assume, and that kind of stuff is what is on triple right now. But yeah, in my opinion, best way to go about that is like putting on like outlaws car meet clothing. Just put on some car meet clothing that you can apply there, and then just go like AFK on like the test track screen. I might share that later because I will have to go there later on because I did forget some things in the what's new section or whatever. Yeah, basically you go on that enter exit Alice Carmen screen with Alice Carmen clothing, and then you shouldn't get kicked from the game as long as they're like hardening your controller and whatnot. So that's basically the strategy I would go about there. And 2 times on the Trevor contact missions. Trevor, unfortunately, in my opinion, is not one of the better contacts in the game. But yeah, he's not as good as like Martin and like Lester, even some like later on like Simeon and like Gerald missions, even in terms of like PL perhaps. So it's alright, but yeah, there's definitely better stuff to do during the event. GTA Minus here, that's all still going on for the next week. So it seems for the next event, GTA Plus like minus stuff here should be refreshed. Hopefully some details on like the new update, something hopefully coming soon. And yeah, just typical like Prime Gaming stuff. Even though my Prime Gaming actually doesn't go on any longer, so I'm surprised I'm still even getting 200,000 right now. Just recently, it went away for me. Because the person that paid that stopped paying it, basically. And yeah, that does go to the 29th, so next like event it should change up, basically, or something. But Howl's Premium Test Ride this time around is the Imponte Arbiter GT, which is the only muscle car that can be converted into like an HSW variant for the like HSW like upgrades, which are super good for like acceleration and top speed, from my understanding. But even then, apparently the Buffalo STX, whatever from the contract, is still like pretty like good in some ways when compared to the Arbiter GT. It's apparently one of the worst of the HSW vehicles, from my understanding. But still, it's alright. I would say it's definitely worth it for being like the only muscle car with the HSW upgrade so far, at least, if they do intend on doing more at any point. And then the special works time trial this time will be for Pacific Bluffs to Mount Gordo. Might be doing like my weaponized like Ignis run that I've been doing typically recently during the stream later on for the gameplay side of things. And this one's kind of just staying a lot of stuff. I'll probably go in more details of some of it later. But yeah. Robbery contract finales are on 2 times my RP. That's what I decided to go for the title of the stream, because I think it's definitely the biggest of the things going on for the event, basically for money making. So I chose it for the title. And then exotic exports, also a 2 times my RP thing. Again, I'll go into some more details later, even maybe show some gameplay of some of it when I go for the gameplay side of things. And yeah, there's also the rewards on stun races and then vehicle discounts and all that, but yeah, more details later. That was basically already in there. But yeah, 2 times money RP on robbery contract finales. But yeah, robbery contract finales, there's like those like robbery things that you do in like your auto shop on like the whiteboard thing with like the two like set of things, and then like the finale. They're kind of like mini heist kind of missions. They're pretty profitable, especially for 2 times money RP. Especially the Union Depository contract. If there's one you want to keep doing, you'll want to keep doing the Union Depository contract whenever you can. And yeah, you're not guaranteed like certain contracts or whatever at like certain times or anything, as far as like I understand. But there is a way you can keep trying to go for the like very particular contracts you want, which I'll kind of show off. Though you might have to go like back and forth between like Union Depository and like some other contract if you want to play the game for like a really long time. Otherwise, I'm not sure what the cooldown is for doing like the same contract over and over again. Because I believe even if you get it like a second time in a row, you'll still have a cooldown. But yeah, it could maybe be like an hour cooldown or something before you can do the same contract again or something. Maybe a couple hours, don't know. I doubt it's a 10-minute cooldown or something like how pre-go though. It's probably a longer cooldown. But yeah, again, I might be showing like a good optimal way to doing that later on. And yeah, the exotic exports are 2 times money RP. That's just the thing you see on like the chalkboard inside of like the auto shop or something, not to be confused with the whiteboard, but the chalkboard, and that lists like the 10 different like vehicle names or whatever. And then you find them across like the map basically. So for 2 times, that would be like $40,000 per vehicle. And so it only takes like a couple to few minutes once you find a vehicle, and you can find them pretty easily sometimes, depending on your like luck and like your session and whatnot. I think it's definitely one of the better things you could do during the event, just because of how simple it is, and you can do it directly in free mode. And yeah, that's one I basically already mentioned here as well. Yeah, stunt races and auto shop calling jobs. 2 times my RP on like a Rockstar created stunt race. If you're doing it by yourself for maximum payout, which I believe you get maximum payout in like 8 to 10 minutes or something like that, if you're doing it by yourself for some reason, just being like AFK to like 8-10 minute mark, whatever, I think you make like $16,000. Otherwise, obviously, when you're going against other players, you're going to have to hope to be like lucky and pretty competitive to like win and all that. So, it's not as good as the 4 times they might have done like a month ago or whatever, but yeah. I don't really think it's really going to be all that worth doing, to be honest, for this event. There's definitely much better things to be doing. And triple the usual money on the like auto shop client jobs, where you deliver the vehicles and whatever. I do recommend you do it with your actual character, because you can actually have your like auto shop like mechanics do it for you. But yeah, obviously it's GTA Online, like GTA, like in the GTA world, the NPCs suck ass at driving, so they damage the vehicles if you have like the NPCs do it for you. And I think I also found out you actually don't get reputation if you have like the NPCs do it for you, so it's not a passive way of getting a reputation, unfortunately, for the car meet. And by the way, keep in mind with the reputation, going back here real quick with the like finales and then the exotic exports. I think when it says RP, that means like the character RP and not like the like tuner like car meet reputation, unfortunately. So yeah, one says RP is just like the blue like character RP, I think, on these ones, compared to this where it says reputation here. The RP like short RP short for reputation is like the blue like character one, I believe, and then reputation is obviously the Carmi one. But yeah, triple money, you might be able to make like around like $100 for like, I don't know, you might be able to make like around 100,000 or something for certain vehicles on triple. Feel triple on the client jobs can actually be pretty decent as long as you're doing it with your own character. Yeah. If you do want it to be a passive thing, which could, in a sense, make you more money in a sense, then yeah, just expect the, like, mechanics to be damaging your vehicles like crazy, though. The mechanics don't do a real good job. So it can definitely be one of the more decent things to do, because I mean, it's a free mode thing, and it's pretty quick in a sense as well. And yeah, discounts. There's only some of the discounts. I have to go through some of them later on as well. But yeah, becoming a member of the car army is like 50% off. It's only like $25,000. That makes it like 12 to like 13,000 or something. You're not really saving that much money with the 50% off the car army. Like membership, it's not that expensive in the first place, I'm pretty sure. And auto shops and their mods and upgrades are 30% off. But yeah, auto shops does have like those robbery contracts. And even on normal money, you can make like 300,000 for like the union, like depository contract. So you can make some alright money with the like. You can definitely make some pretty alright money with the auto shop. I think it's definitely one of the. I feel it's definitely one of the better like solo money make you. I think it's definitely one of the better solo money makers in the game. And yeah, mods and upgrades. Trying to think of one that's really all that like worth it, pretty much for the most part. Oh yeah, well, like the second thing for like the second vehicle, for example, or like the second like workstation, whatever for like the auto shop like client jobs, that's definitely pretty worth it, especially for triple and that right now. And yeah, if there's an extra like mechanic you have to get as well, that's definitely one of the better ones for like upgrades and like renovations. And yeah, for vehicle discounts here, Calco GTF 40% off. Calco GTF is a pretty decent one in terms of like street and like pursuit races. It's a very decent street pursuit race vehicle for like the tuner subclass of vehicles. It's definitely one of the more like average performing tuner vehicles in that subclass. Comet S2, it used to be pretty interesting because you could actually do like a low grip like tire like stance like setup or something and it would have like a pretty damn good top speed. But I believe they actually patched that with a contract DLC or like they like fixed it up or something. I don't know, it wasn't necessarily like a patch to it. I guess they just didn't like ever intend for it to be the case or something. I don't know. But the one beneath it though, that is like the number one like top speed like tuner subclass and vehicle. I'm pretty sure with the Jester RR. So if you want the best like top speed like tuner vehicle, the Jester RR is the one. For if there's any like tuner like street pursuit races that mainly take place on like a highway or something like that, then Jester RR might be a good one for that. Like I said, Calco GTF is pretty average. Comet S2 used to be pretty unique for a tuner vehicle. It's not really anymore as of the contract DLC. So in my opinion, Comet S2, it's alright. The performance is probably not necessarily that bad for the tuner subclass at least. But yeah. And then the Ennis Euros. The Ennis Euros is a very retro vehicle from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It's one of those like exotic export and like importing vehicles from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which is a pretty cool like vehicle back in that game. So for nostalgic sake, the Ennis Euros is pretty cool. However, though, the performance I don't recall ever really being that good for the Euros. And that was back during tuners, and all of the tuner vehicles actually got nerfs, I believe, with the contract DLC though. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Jester RR might still be like a number 10. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jester RR might still be like a number like 1. Not number 1, but like a number 10, like top speed for the Jester RR. I don't typically go over performance though for the tuner vehicles because you have to consider the fact that they have their own like subclass for like tuner races and whatever, so I don't really tend to go over the performance too much on the tuner vehicles. Especially if it's a sport car for tuners. The tuner sport cars don't typically perform good in their like actual like sport like main like sport class. But the Jester RR is an exception to that. It's actually within like top 10 again, I believe, for top speed. And that's at least an 8th gen version, might be less than the 9th gen version though. But I think in terms of sport tuners for the actual like main sport class, I think the Jester RR is the best performance for that. And I'll speak about the rest of it pretty much later on. Yeah, just typical free stuff there, and that's pretty much in every what's new section there. So from here, I'll pretty much be going into the online for gameplay sakes and all that. And yeah, no, just story mode, but I do invite only in free story mode to get there fastest, since I believe that's still the fastest way to go into online. Since if you do like online, like free mode right on that menu, it does a public session, and that's lower. Yeah, I think I pretty much have to show off the prize ride, the like test rides, the podium vehicle, and discounts, and I think that pretty much takes care of everything with the event in terms of explaining everything at least. And yeah, I don't know if I heard, but I think I might have heard that like the regular time trial might be pretty insane this time, so I'm not sure if I would do the regular time trial, but yeah, I might have heard it might literally be down Chiliad or something, which is like the worst regular time trial, so I'm not sure if I'll even do that, to be honest. Never tried it with the Hot Drag HSW though. Oh shit. Wow, this sounds really bad, yikes. That's not a very good time trial. I'll talk more about that all, I guess, later. I don't know, maybe I'll talk time trial stuff pretty soon here. I mean, I already don't do the RCMG or time trial on stream anyways, so I might definitely just do that one off stream if I haven't bothered with it at all anyways. Yeah, down to is very rage-inducing, especially since they took out like rocket-powered vehicles from being used in time trials within the last couple years. It's probably even harder now. But yeah, sure, I guess I'll talk about the time trial stuff here. But yeah, the very infamous time trial, or very infamous regular time trial this time around is down Chiliad. You're going from here to like all the way like down here or something, and yeah, it's very insane. You're literally on Mount Chiliad having to do all kinds of like crazy like movements and stuff, and hoping not to fall off the mountain. Honestly, you might just want to use your like typical like best like motorcycle, whatever, like a typical time trial. Obviously, because motorcycles are a lot spacious than like a car. I feel like the brawler here, but I don't know the brawlers really want to be all that good. I don't know, maybe off-roading vehicles for once can be kind of decent for a time trial, perhaps. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I would just go something like a HSW Hot Drag or something, as long as you're careful with it and whatnot. Maybe even something like a Sanchez, like Manchez, for once would be kind of useful if you're worried about too much speed or something. Yeah, I don't think it's one I've ever beat myself, quite frankly. I didn't watch like Digital Car Addict. I tend to watch his like time trial stuff or whatever, or at least I used to when I did like the event link like guide stuff, whatever. But since I've done the stream format again, I don't like watch that Digital Car Addict's like guides on it anymore. Maybe I should for this one though, because it's quite infamous. But I do feel I want to beat it for once. So whether I did it on stream or not, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, HSW Hardcore Drag, like, and then on like 8th gen, maybe like the Shotaro, like regular Hardcore Drag, maybe being in like the Reaver, for example. So that's a couple like 8th gen, like motorcycle recommendations even. I don't know, maybe get pretty creative on that one for your vehicle choice. Okay, RC Bandito time trial this time around is like the last of the like 10 RC Bandito time trials they have, and that's like Power Station. But yeah, Power Station, I don't recall this one necessarily being all that difficult for RC Bandito time trials, at least. I don't know though, it is the last one, so maybe it's one of the more difficult ones. But yeah, the main thing with RC Bandito time trials is you have to like know when to like corner and whatnot. Just doing it over time, you should learn like the corners and stuff pretty decently and whatnot. So my recommendation, just keep doing it until you like figure out like the cornering and stuff, then eventually you should get through it. Because it's only like one vehicle and whatnot, it's not really much advice like right away that I could provide per se though. I'm not going to do it on stream though. I'm not a big fan of the RC Bandito time trials because they're the boringest of them all, again, because you only have the one vehicle option to go for. And yeah, again, that HSW time trial is put here is that Pacific Bluff one that goes to like Mount Gordo or whatever. Yeah, I'll be trying to do a like weaponized like Ignis run for it like I've been doing recently. And then yeah, pre-em race, I'll just go over the class because it doesn't really mention like what the like thing is. But yeah. On the 9th gen version, there's 3 different HSW like supercars. There's the weaponized Ignis, which is probably the best one like overall, I would say, for like the HSW supercars. There's the like Cyclone 2, whatever, which that one prioritizes in acceleration, but because it's an electric car, I don't think the top speed's pretty good on it. But yeah, like electric car with all that acceleration could get to like 0 to 60 almost instantly. So if you were to get slowed down, the Cyclone 2 could get caught up pretty quickly into speed because it doesn't have a very good top speed and whatnot for being an electric car or whatever. And then Devastate 8, from my understanding, HSW is the best one for like top speed in terms of 9th gen. So it all depends on the course. If the course has like a lot of like straights, then Devastate 8, HSW perhaps. Otherwise, if it has a lot of like cornering, probably the weaponized Ignis HSW. Cyclone 2, I don't know, even with that like good like acceleration, I don't really feel it like has much of a chance compared to those other 2 per se. But yeah. And then for 8th gen, I believe for 8th gen you want to use vehicles like the Proton Emrys and like the Krieger. Those like Diamond Casino and like Resort kind of supercars, and maybe even something like the Wagner can still be somewhat competitive even. But again, they don't really show what the like track is unfortunately anymore. They haven't done that for a while now. But yeah. Figured I would at least go over the class though, I mean supercar class and some good options possibly there. And yeah, I think from here I'm basically going to start at like the casino here and do the like wheel spin and all that. Get South American imports, I'm just maxed out here. I actually checked recently, it was almost 1 million, so like after the stream I might do my nightclub sale, obviously, but I'm not going to do it on stream because it's not like a event thing or anything. Yeah, I believe it's the FMJ for supercar class, so I'll get it on like the spreadsheet I'm using here. Or actually, I think it's the RT3000 here. I think it's actually the prize ride for the FMJ. So I think this one's the RT3000, which is one of those like tuner vehicles. So therefore, I won't be going into the performance too much because it's mainly useful for the street and pursuit races and not the actual like sport class races. Alright, yeah, this one is the Dinka RT3000 here, one of those like tuner, like subclass vehicles.
Services are available to VIP members. Indulge. You deserve it.
Yeah, it'll preview had some discounts as well here. Not gonna mention the discount stuff just yet, but yeah. By getting the vehicle on a trade price at least, you'll be getting $1,286,250 in savings. If you don't have the trade price, technically you'll get a bit more on savings if you have yet to get the trade price. But getting the trade price is pretty easy. You just have to get within like the first like 75 like ranks in the like LS Carmi, I believe, essentially. Because like I think every 5 like ranks in the Carmi, you basically get like a trade price up to like rank 75 or whatever. Even if it says like a trade price past 75, it makes me just like a place order thing or whatever. But yeah, it's not a very good one though. Even with the tuner update first coming out, I don't recall the 3000 and RT3000 having very good performance for either lap time or top speed. So between like the 10 like tuner like sport cars in the game, it's not a very good one. So I wouldn't really recommend this, quite frankly. Unless you want to collect like Princess Robot like bubblegum like vehicles here, because it already has that applied to the back of it. Alright, 40,000. I'll gladly take that one. 40 million for $61,186 I got right now. Which I feel should equip me pretty well for the next DLC, surely. I think I had like 30 million for like the contract, and that was pretty good for day 1 of like the contract DLC, for example. And that was like a huge winter update. Summer updates tend to be smaller. But from what I'm hearing, it could sound like a huge summer update coming up as well, though. If the like Vespucci Job remix, for example, was a like sign of anything with those like movie themes and stuff, a little hint there, possibly. Nothing confirmed there. I'm just saying though. So I assume they didn't just release the Vespucci Job remix for no reason. It might be like a bigger hint. This might be like a small hint of something bigger coming up or something. But yeah, I don't recall RT3000 being very good for street or pursuit races, and especially not sport car races. So again, I don't recommend that. And yeah, here I'll have to go over to test rides and then the prize ride vehicles, since Rockstar did not put that in there what's new section for some reason. Which usually they do, and just for some reason they didn't this time. Sometimes they just don't bother with it for some reason, I don't get it. Like literally just put like copy paste stuff from like the news wire into the game with the like what's the news section. I don't know what's so fucking hard about putting like the prize ride and like podium vehicle and stuff like that every single time. I don't get how they mess that up sometimes. But yeah, I know the test rides aren't going to be very exciting this time because it's all tuner vehicles. I remember when they first came out with the like Carmi and stuff, it was literally like nothing but tuners for weeks and weeks straight and whatnot here. So I feel it's a pretty boring lineup this time around. But yeah, Calco GTF, I pretty much already mentioned this one earlier because it's one of the like discounts that was mentioned on like the what's new section. Pretty decent, I would say, for the street and pursuit races. Besides for that, not really going to be good for those like sport car races. It's only really useful for the street pursuit races. The ZR350, it's another one of those like retro Grand Theft Auto like San Andreas vehicles. It's like one of those like retro vehicles that I believe like CJ used in like one of the races in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So the nostalgic sakes of it is pretty cool, the nostalgia from it. But yeah, I don't ever recall the performance being very good for it though. So it's not even really going to be a good vehicle for the street and like pursuit races even. And as I've mentioned, not going to be good for sport car races either. The Tailgater S though, on the other hand, that is a sedan right here. So it's one to like few like tuner vehicles. And actually, if I was saying 10, I think there's like 12 like sport tuner vehicles. So yeah, the tuners, they have like primarily like sport cars. So there's like one of the 5 that's not a sport car. So that's something that's pretty good about the Tailgater S. I believe it's also the only like 4-seater like tuner vehicle in the game as well. So because it has 4 seats, it can be pretty good for like 3 and 4 player like robbery contracts. That's something pretty interesting about the Tailgater S. Like yes, the Santas are like provided like Tailgater S you can use I think in the robbery contracts, but who knows if it has like the engine upgrade, for example. So owning one to be able to do those like 3 and 4 player like robbery contracts could definitely be pretty nice. Again, every player might be able to choose their own like tuner vehicles or something, don't know. But still, could have a unique use for the robbery contracts regardless. And yeah, sedan class is nowhere near as competitive as like the sport class. It's pretty good in that class as well. According to Bruffy 1322's like spreadsheet I tend to use from the YouTuber Bruffy 1322's like spreadsheet thing. Tailgater S is an 8 here, like sedan vehicle in the game, being a 3rd place lap time, and it's also the 4th place top speed. So you are definitely getting some pretty decent performance out of the Tailgater S here. So this one I definitely highly recommend here for a tuner vehicle. But I don't think it's on discount though. CR350 might be on discount. I know this one definitely is here. It's Calco GTF. This one might be on discount. But if there's one that's not on discount, I believe it should be the Tailgater S here. And yeah, keep in mind when you get these vehicles on like the like test ride section here, you do actually get deliveries that come with them as well, which is pretty huge for the tuner vehicles because you typically have to unlock like deliveries with like reputations. You might be able to get some of these like earlier than you normally can, so keep that in mind. Again, there's that like Arbiter GT, whatever, but that was already on like the what's new section. But yeah, like I mentioned, the prize ride is the Vapid F&J. At first I said it was podium, but then it's prize ride. So that means you have to earn it for like a challenge in the game. And yeah, it's going to be too late by the time I'm showing this right now, but yeah. Pursuit series, you have to place top 3 for 5 days in a row. But yeah, I don't really recommend it though, because Pursuit series of races does have a minimum of 4 players. I don't know. 3 out of 4, that's a like 75% chance in like a bare minimum like Pursuit like race to actually obtain this spot there. But the 5 days in a row, I feel it's just ridiculous though. You know, especially given like it's Pursuit series and you have to place top 3 in like a 4-player like minimum race. I don't know, probably one of the more difficult challenges in like a long time, I would say. And again, it is a supercar, so I guess it makes sense. But yeah, gotta go over the performance of this as well, so people know it's worth it or not. But yeah, the FMJ. The FMJ is a D tier supercar. D tier being pretty bad. But yeah, it's 32nd place lap time apparently. And then it's like 23rd place top speed. So you aren't getting good performance still with the FMJ. But yeah, the challenge is pretty ridiculous. But yeah, that's a pretty ridiculous challenge in my opinion for like a very like not so good like supercar in the game. So that's my opinion on it. That's my opinion on the FMJ there and like the challenge and whatnot. And yeah, real quick, I'll show what I was talking about with like the outfitting, with like the reputation, the best way to take advantage of it on like triple, whatever. So, like I mentioned, you want to put on some clothing from the car meet because that'll actually like double your reputation compared to if you wear like regular like clothing, for example. Just has to be one little piece of reputation clothing. So it could even be like a hat or like a thing of like shoes or something like that. It doesn't have to be like a full blown outfit or anything. I just like to do the outfit because I feel it's one of the more simple ones to choose. And yeah, should get some here as well with the triple. I don't think that's impacted by your clothing though, but just say like AFK like reputation though. And yeah. Okay, I'm not sure why I got 2 things there. I don't know if one was AFK and then one was taking like a non-personal vehicle on like the test track or something. I do a little time trial here real quick as well. I want to see how much that will be on triple. That's at like rank 193 for reputation here. Oh wow, so I missed that a little bit. Probably could definitely got this under 110, like a minute 10 if I didn't mess up there. Holy smokes, that was a lot for triple. But every little thing you do, like, per day for, like, just once in a, like, day things, definitely make sure to do that if you want to take the most advantage of the, like, triple, whatever. And yeah, that enter exit screen, you want to stay on that for being AFK. Obviously, I want to show off, like, other things and stuff, though. So I'm not gonna, like, stay on that screen. But just stay on that enter exit, like, car meet screen with, like, staying in a vehicle. Doesn't matter if it's personal or non-personal, just stay on that screen and you can be AFK. Away from my keyboard, like away from your like controller. As long as your controller doesn't die, you should be able to stay in the game for an unlimited amount of time. So obviously you could get reputation while you like sleep even if you want. Just obviously you'll probably want to turn off like the phone sounds and stuff like that if you did it while you sleep or something. So yeah, being AFK with Carmi Clothing I think is definitely the best way on that exact like, screen thing I showed earlier. I guess I'll call it my HSW Octo Drag.
You're through to your garage. You, need me to bring you a ride? It's on the way.
Okay. Is that might have been for bringing my personal vehicle into the car meet. But I got a ton there as well for bringing my personal vehicle into the car meet. Doing a little customization to the vehicle, I believe, gives you a little bit as well, so I don't know if there's something I want to do here. I might have like 3 chrome rims, I think, for like motorcycles, for example. I might just be able to change like a chrome rim or something. Alright, yeah, I have like hot play on. So if you have like the 3 chrome rims, for example, you can do like an easy like free modification there. Because I think there's like certain like challenge things or something where you get like certain chrome rims for free. So I think that's definitely the recommendation I would choose for you taking advantage of customization one there. And yeah, unlocked Lilith sneakers. Cause yeah, you unlock the last like livery thing at like rank 192, so like 193 and onward for a while. I think up to like 250 gets you off like clothing stuff as well. And yeah, buying clothing as well. That should be triple leaving because that's in the car meet at least. Yeah, I got anything of clothing there. Nice. I did change that back, I think, right? I want to check that real quick. I think I did. Better have done that. I'm really kind of annoying there. I'll play it. Alright, yeah, I did change it back. Just want to make sure there. And yeah, bringing this on here should get me a little bit more on triple as well here. And then I'm getting like 50 and like 75% of like a whole bar. It looks like when I'm doing some of these on triple, and I'm at 194, which is kind of pretty crazy. So definitely don't sleep on like the triple reputation. You can definitely make some good amounts for the event. And yeah, I think you only get it one time that you might get time trial for non-personal and personal vehicles. I don't know, so I'm just doing it just in case. Honestly, probably only get it one time for a time trial. I'm not sure for like the rotation, but just in case again. Yeah, I think this vehicle I got that crazy personal best for, by the way. It's pretty much like the best vehicle, like speed-wise in this game now. Pretty just a knockout drag. Damn it. Fuck. I was trying to beat that. Got kind of close to doing that too. I think if you actually beat a record, you can get a bit of reputation even as well. So obviously that's going to be very hard if you have a really good record, but I think it's something you can actually get rep for as well if you get a new like personal best in the test track. So something you might be able to do is have a really high like personal best and then just keep beating it or something from what I've heard. But I don't really think that's all that worth doing, to be honest. I think it's just more worth being AFK on the test track. Hopefully I don't fall off this time. It's just hard when being really anxious to beat the personal best. I don't know if I want to beat that because I feel it's pretty good. Oh wow, yeah, no, whatever. I'm not gonna bother then. Alright, yeah, you only get it one time, it looks like, whether it's personal or non-personal vehicle. Just wanted to make sure there. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to do there for triple right now. Like I said, I think my recommendation is just being AFK and that car me on the interactive test track screen. So now I pretty much gotta think of what I'm gonna do. I might try to hit a time trial a couple times. I might be pretty crazy and do that. And yeah, regular time trials I pretty much just do with HSW on drag. And I've never tried down chill yet with this vehicle, obviously. It will be my first time pretty much. So I don't think it was really available to do this vehicle once the time trial had been born. That was event week basically. And if I encounter an exotic export vehicle, I'll do at least one, though I might do any that I come across. And yeah, I think for the most part, I'm pretty much going to be done with all the event stuff. So I actually do got discount stuff to show actually, so I guess I'll do that right now.
Your car's great.
And yeah, I think it's pretty much just like tuner vehicles, so it's pretty much just going to be legendary, and then I think stubborn to go on. want to be crazy and it is. I don't know. Shit. Oh my god, wow. I found my home in that. Yeah, I hate this time travel. I really fucking hate this time travel. Seriously, how is it still like that? Finally. Yeah, I definitely already gave up on that time travel. This is ridiculous. If you can actually do it, good to see you, but like, you didn't run. I think Bruffy fucking beat that shit with an adder. I think he beat all the time travels with a fucking adder, bro. I think someone actually beat that time travel with an adder. Like, that's actually pretty impressive if so. Again, they were made around like 2015, so I guess it's not the most impossible thing. All I know is Down Chiliad's a bitch of a time travel more than the other ones are. Alright, looks like I got one actually. So I guess I'll take this export vehicle here. Alright, a tulip. That's actually not a pretty good one, I would say. Yeah, from my ear, this one actually doesn't drive that good. And having to take it like 5 fucking miles across the desert. Holy fuck no. Oh, here. Did I do it wrong? This muscle car should be able to wheelie here. Yeah, I'm supposed to do the brake as well or something, I forget. No, I don't know. I swear I remember that you, like, do like the accelerator, like the handbrake. Accelerator brake, like handbrake or something. Oh, I got it there, okay. There. And hold like cross. And hold cross or whatever. Since it's PlayStation and its shapes. But yeah, just one of those like export vehicles I was mentioning earlier. That was my NRP, that like blue dot shit, and then you find across the map, like I mentioned earlier. But in my opinion, pretty worth it, and I'm not gonna pass that on because it's reputation again. Definitely want all that reputation I can get for those later clothing unlocks. If you know, it literally goes up to 1,000, and I'm not up to getting rank 1,000, bro. That shit's gonna take even after like GP 6 and 7 probably. If this game will even stay relevant at this point. At that point. According to Rockstar, GTA 6 is actually well underway, but still casino, I mean, a couple few years out or something, realistically. I doubt that many people have rank 1,000 even when that shit comes out. And yes, I know I said I would go over discounts and forget yet. Someone was just in my fucking way. Someone in my real life is just in my fucking way, constantly in the fucking bathroom ass fucking hallway all the fucking time. So yes, I have a bathroom fucking hallway between my room and another fucking room. It's real fucking annoying, especially when the other person's in it all the fucking time. So yeah, that first crash, I definitely don't know how that first crash happened. Yeah, it's definitely not the greatest driving experience of a vehicle, which yeah, it's a muscle car, I guess it's to be expected, but I think it also has to do with those like advanced handling flags that they have on certain vehicles or something, and I think the pull-ups like one any of what the hell, when I literally just worked like all over the place. I definitely don't think I did that moving all on my own there. I mean, at least it still drives decent, like speed-wise, Jesus Christ. Don't blame me for all this car handles full. Whoa, yeah, gee, look how bouncy that shit is, what the fuck. Did not get lucky with the vehicle, what the fuck, I feel like I'm literally just steering all over the place. I mean, it's like even before, like the damage is in, it's keeps steering all over the place, and it's one. Yeah, I think I heard this one's not a great driving experience, and yeah, from my experience, it's really not. I just kind of a poor one. But yeah, I don't know if that was like triple or whatever. Like it explained on like the news wire, like what's the news section. It's only like this stuff like in and around the car meet. I don't think the exotic exports counts as in and around the car meet, obviously, since that's like all around the map, whereas the car meet's one location. So I definitely don't think it counts towards the triple going on right now. So I think that's just normal amount. So, but yeah, I got 40,000 instead of 20,000. So there's extra money incentive at least. But yeah. Anyways, like I was mentioning, I think the rest of the vehicle discounts are all like the tuner, like subclass vehicles. I think they'll only be on a legendary motorsport and like Severn San Andreas. So for the rest of the vehicle discounts, I think they're just on like 2 websites. And I think they're pretty much all sport cars as well. I think they're all like the sport tuners pretty much are on discount as well. And yeah, any that we're already like in what's new section, I'm not gonna like fully cover just the ones that have yet to be talked about. And yeah, I guess I'll check the auto shops real quick, see what like renovations there was. But I think I mentioned the pretty good ones already for the auto shop for the renovations. Yeah, like the most expensive one seems to be like 1.3, 1.4 right there. With the 30% off discount. We have style, tint, emblem. But yeah, staff members are definitely some of the better renovations. And like add-ons and whatnot. Personal quarters allows you to spawn there, which is nice if you want to like be spawning at the like auto shop to get through those like contracts and stuff faster. So in that regard, I guess getting to the contracts quicker could be pretty nice. Besides for getting to the like contracts quicker, I don't really feel there's that much benefit for personal quarters in this property. Properties like the office and like the Kasaka and like the hangar, maybe in like the facility if you will, for example, are definitely some of the like few much better spawn locations in my opinion. And yeah, the car lift obviously gives you like double the vehicles or whatever for those auto client things or whatever. So basically staff and extras. But yeah, you can go down to that like membership and after you get it. Just gotta like double tap the like extra thing, whatever. But yeah, I wonder if you could actually remove your memberships along with that. That'd be hilarious. Cause I don't think you're normally supposed to be able to remove like the membership. Not gonna try that obviously, but yeah. So yeah, that's the full advice for sure on the like renovations and whatnot now on the auto shop. Just like a reminder what that all was. But yeah, I think it was Calico, Jester RR, Kayasu, and €8 I already described, so I think I have 5 other discounts to go over. With 4, I think, being on Legendary, and then maybe just 1 being on Severn, which I already showed off. Legendary technically is just the first on the full like vehicle like website list, so I think I'll go for Legendary first. But yeah, I already went over to Euros because it was on the like what's new section. Just RR, the S2, and then the Calico DTF, which is on Severn. So yeah, these 3 already talked about here. So yeah, I gotta talk about 4 out of 5 if you have to talk about here. But yeah, the Ubermax Cypher, it's one of like the 12 like sport like tuner vehicles that, like I said, I think pretty much all of these are gonna be sport cars that are on discount. So being one of the like sport tuner vehicles, it's pretty much automatically not good for actual like sport car races. If anything, it's good for like the street and like pursuit races. But yeah, even when the Cypher came out, it wasn't really that good. The Cypher was so bad they even made it like the like prize ride the week it came out. So it was literally like a prize ride the exact like week it came out. Back during the Los Santos tuners like drip feeding, whatever. So that's how bad it is. They literally put on the like prize right the first week it debuted. So yeah, that's pretty much telltale sign. It's not a good performance. Growler here might be the better performing of the P-Fister like sport like tuner vehicles there. And yeah, I believe this one might definitely be able to have some pretty average like street and pursuit race performance here. The spreadsheet I use from Bruffy 1322 though doesn't have like a tuner section on it though, just like the sport and like sedan, like muscle car and like coupe like classes. It doesn't have like the tuner subclass on like the spreadsheet stuff I use though. Yeah, Growler I believe I recall being like somewhat of a pretty average vehicle for street pursuit races. The Vector here. I think the Vector here I remember being like number 2 for lap times. It's definitely pretty decent for lap time, and lap time for the most part is what you need for like the street and like pursuit races, like with most races. So it can definitely be a pretty decent vehicle here for the like sport tuner vehicles here in terms of like street pursuit races. This one for sure I definitely remember being pretty decent, being one to like couple better like lap time options. And yeah. By the way, for customizations, the tuners all have very good customizations. There's not one tuner I can think of that doesn't have good customizations. They all pretty much have good customization options. And yeah, CR350, I think I mentioned this because it was on the like test track already actually. So yeah, this one is actually on the test track and it is on discount. Same with the Calico. The one, again, that's not on discount is the Tailgater S in terms of the test ride on vehicles, whatever. Yeah, should be everything here mentioned at some point in the stream here. And I think that should just be the Futo GTX now. Because Calico, again, was on the like test track vehicles and also on the what's new section. But yeah, the Futo GTX here. This one's actually pretty alright if I recall in the like top speed department. But again, the Jester RR is also on discount, and that's the number 1 like top speed for like the tuner subclass, like sport vehicles, and in general, even perhaps for the tuner subclass. So, because it's a top speed option and it's not like the number 1 option, I probably wouldn't recommend it for like the sport like tuner vehicles in the game. But yeah, a little rehash on all the vehicle discounts. There's like 9 different vehicle discounts. They're all like sport tuner vehicles between like the 12 different like sport tuners. Calico GTF, pretty average. That's 40%. Jester RR is the number 1 top speed. That one's pretty nice. Comet S2, I feel, kind of is in a decline, especially when there's like the Comet S2 Cabrio from the contract DLC. That one was 40%. The NS Euro is 40%, aside for the nostalgia from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It's not really that good. The Vector, 30% off. It's one of the top couple like lap time options. I believe it's actually the best lap time option in terms of like discounts for the Vector, so it could actually be one of the better ones for the Enduro Vector, which was on Legendary. P-Fister Growler. P-Fister Growler should be somewhat of an average vehicle, but I wouldn't say it's as good as like the Calico GTF here, for example. The ZR350, again, like with the Euros, aside from like the nostalgia of being a vehicle from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, I wouldn't really recommend the ZR350. 30% off. Futo GTX, again, this one's a pretty good top speed option, but for the most part, top speed's not super good in most races. So it's better off just going to just RR, which is 40% even. And then the Urmach Cypher, that one's not really good at all. So that's kind of a little rehash of all the like 9 different vehicle like sport tuner discounts. And yeah, from here I'll pretty much just be doing like the rest of like the gameplay stuff I want to do. So I might do like a robbery contract, one of like the Trevor missions and stuff to show some stuff off. For those that aren't as familiar with the game, perhaps. But yeah, I'll start with HSW time trial. I'll still be doing that one, since that one's actually easy, unlike down Chilean. But I shown how much of a bitch that one is. Because most times they're gonna fall off the bike and not get to it within like 20 seconds, then you can't manually respawn. So you have to go all the way back up to the mountain every single time, pretty much. And obviously when you die, you don't get that like 20 seconds to get back into the vehicle. So, yeah. Fuck down Joliet, I hate that time trial. It's the one time trial I hate, basically, for the regular time trials. It's the only one I just can't stand. And yeah, I know I said I would do weaponized Ignis. I'm just going there right now with the drag, because it's easier to use and whatnot. Yeah, hopefully no more export vehicles pop up, because I'm a sucker for export vehicles. Because I'll take anything I can get for export reputation for the car meet. Because yeah, you get like $10,000 per rank, and yeah, the sneakers and buy were only like 2,000, 3,000, so I actually got some profit off of it, technically. And yeah, I've been collecting a lot of the clothing, or at least I was, so I was grinding like $40 million for the surely upcoming DLC, because it's not like Red Dead where they're just completely neglecting it, obviously. This game for sure should be getting an update at some point. Unlike Red Dead, when pretty much Rockstar made actually dead, like the name suggests, for some reason. Even though Red Dead definitely has quite the potential, I would like to see a next gen version of Red Dead and actually get like good support from Rockstar, but unfortunately that's probably not happening. Like, if they're not gonna do like a 9th gen version, at least give 60 FPS for the 9th gen systems, don't hold it back to like 30 like you all had to do on 8th gen or something.
You need something, huh? One of your rides? Let me
Because from
know.
what I understand, they can do like patches and stuff for the like 9th gen systems for 8th gen games that make them like 60 FPS, from what I've heard at least.
I'll bring it to you.
But yeah, I'm doing a weaponized Ignis run of the HSW time trial here. Like I've been doing recently with the time trials. But yeah, I think there's 8 of these HSW ones. I think it's about to be at the end of them as well, so I might be able to get onto my third vehicle. Which I'll honestly probably just do another supercar, honestly. I'm probably going to do like the fastest ones to like the slowest ones in that exact order, to be honest. At least currently, until like more possibly released. Because of course eventually it's going to be like too much. If they do more, then it's probably like too much to like do every vehicle, obviously, because you can only do them one time, unfortunately, and like the regular ones that don't go away. HSW goes away though, and there's no replayability with it for just like $2,000 to like $8,000 or something. If people get what I mean. Okay, I think I remember the GPS route is actually pretty good for this one if I remember. Considering it goes on like the highway and stuff, I definitely remember it being the case. So I imagine I'll just do what I did with the hardcore drag, just do the GPS route and like shortcut stuff and all that. Way going off the road like I did for the HSW drag, hardcore drag. Ah, fuck. Crashed, of course. But these are pretty easy though, so I can still see myself passing it. Plus they do actually alter the like times to pound the vehicle you use apparently. Which I don't think any other control does, but you have to pound the vehicle you use for HSW controls. It does actually change the part time as well. Account for the vehicle a bit more. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a good idea much, but yeah. Okay, this might actually be a little bit of a shortcut, even though it didn't go as expected per se. Just maybe. Hopefully I can just follow this straight up and still make it. Or for the most part at least. Oh shit, okay, I might have fucked me up now. I was trying to shortcut pretty hard in there. Oh, maybe, I don't know, shit, hopefully. If not, should hopefully be able to make second try. No. Damn it. Just definitely make second try now. That's done right. Obviously been a while since I did it now. Oh shit, well. get stopped by that on a wall, I guess. I'm not sure how good that was, but whatever. Move. I was like, that was a bit of a shortcut. I'm not sure I'm actually doing more than last time. I forget what time was that, but now. I don't really think that's much of a worthwhile time save if it even is much of a time save, to be honest. I just decided to stay on the regular road here this time. Or at least I should do it this time, or at least I can. Alright, yeah, I'm definitely going to pour down this time. Boom. Second try as usual. So after the first time I have to get kinda used to it again. 40,656,051 wins. And yeah, actually my vehicle's kind of maybe depend on what I'm doing here. Alright, I might do one robbery contract finale, show off my strategy for that I was mentioning earlier in better detail. Obviously, if you want to show gameplay. Alright, I might do that in a Trevor compact mission. And then I think I'm gonna call it quits. So I would do two things of gameplay, I guess, for a little bit of money making. I'd rather finish with the, I don't know, I feel I'd rather do the, better thing at the end, but I don't care. The way it's worked, the way it lists out in Newswire is the robbery contract happens first, and then the Trevor contact missions, I'll do it in that order. And yeah, personal vehicle, I can pretty much just do whatever I want. I'll probably just do my earlier, actually, to get back there quicker. And yeah, I guess I'll finally change it back to my YouTube alpha here. But I'll be showing off. But I'll be showing off Union Depository contract, or it should be. And yeah, hopefully it's there, but if not, then I'll be doing my strategy to get it, pretty much. Okay, I think I'm gonna start charging here. I actually had the battery when starting the stream, which I usually don't have be the case. Okay, I almost flew over to prison doing that, apparently. Alright, I actually already have it here. So I'm actually not going to show the strategy just yet, though I might be doing it later eventually here. But yeah, there's only one I super recommend doing, and that's Union Depository contract. Because it pays so much more than the rest of them, I would say. Because normally it pays 300,000 on double, obviously it's 600,000. And yeah, I think the ever highest ones tend to be like around like 180,000 normally, and like 360 like thousand on like double. So especially on double when you're making like 200 to like 300,000, possibly more than like the other contracts by themselves. So there's such a huge like margin of money the depository contract compared to the rest of them. So I definitely think it's the one that's most worth doing. And I'm pretty sure you want me to be CEO for that. Elevator key.
Listen up. We getting ready to hit the Union Depository, y'all.
Oh no, God, here's the same
You
thing
gonna
again.
need one of them passes to the depository's vault elevator. Kay's client pinned down some
Good
ropes.
thing is that,
He's got his own personal pass. Sending you the address now. So, this big shot businessman, the one who has the pass, he's in deep.
got nowhere to go now. Drop the fucking weapon.
You're out of options.
You piece of shit. Get it together. Ah! Oh, no!
Oh shit, this one is showed up.
We getting the fuck out of there. Take the elevator down to the garage and look for his security's vehicle. Probably an SUV. They gotta have some of their gear in that
But
truck
yeah,
too.
I
Outfits
see
or
it
something.
shoot them all like
Between
crazy.
those and the SUV,
Preferably
finna
with a
finesse
assault
this
shotgun.
Robbery shit.
But I never like fully ever run out of ammo on the heavy rifle. It pretty much always like refills entirely every time I go in another lobby for some reason. That's why I pretty much always use heavy rifle. Because I never have to like buy a single bit of ammo for it for some reason. And yeah, the second part, the SUV is like an armored one, so if you get it in right, even with half health, you should be pretty good to go. If I even remember, yeah. I think typically I just have to dash across. It's just been a while here. Okay, didn't get too lucky there. Probably because that one person shot me. I think usually I might have full health every time. Oh wow, it's gonna actually make me enter the garage here. I've never actually died in that section. I just remember just simply able to like dash across just fine. Wait, I lost 10 sniper rounds? So, bro. Maybe it was the last weapon I hold, I forget. Kick that. Jump. But yeah, just been running through there like that. It usually works. But you can usually do that pretty easily. Just been a while since I grinded it like crazy. So you don't even necessarily need to do much combat in that section.
Park that shit near the Union Depository. And not out front, alright? And not at the auto shop neither. Them K-Town monsters will be up our asses in 2 seconds. Find somewhere low-key. I sent you some options.
And yeah, for location, I pretty much just always do the like one from story mode. I think this is the one from the big score and like obvious approach in story mode. I think it's the same one from the story mode here. So I just choose just the same location. It's just the one I think kind of realistically works best. I think I mainly choose it because it's the closest to the Union Depository. I think, if I recall right. As well as it being the iconic like story mode location. So I have a couple of reasons for doing that, like that. Arcade at 15,000, nightclub at 16,500 for the safe part.
Okay, looks good. I'ma have
I'll have to respawn the Sparrow and do it. Oh well, whatever. Yes. Wish I remembered to do that, damn it. Wow, okay, I still might want this because if I changed it, whatever.
$20. Hell yeah!
Alright, we're a minute still, unfortunately. It's not necessarily gonna be too useful for the next one anyways, though. So I have to actually go in another helicopter. It's a pretty iconic one too, actually. People like to use it around, like, troll in free mode, I think. Because I don't think you can actually, like, lock onto it and whatnot. It's pretty fun, like, trolling a helicopter. Against, like, tryhards and shit. And it also has, like, explosive resistance as well, I think. For the, like, police helicopter in this mission. For the, like, setup here.
Hey, listen up.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up. It's coming at you.
If I remember right, in this one you don't actually have to, like, trigger it. I think you can just go right to here and stuff, and it'll eventually, like, kick in. Yeah. Not like the plasma cutter, I think, with Caprico. Yeah, easy to couple, like, police AIs are pretty easy to deal with, obviously. So simply easy to just don't match with them.
Chopper, fly over to the bank and start using the eye in the sky cam to scan cars. That shit is plugged up to the vehicle on a database, so should be easy to find the bank manager's car with that.
And yeah. And yeah, to save time, I think you're always looking for like a blue, like MS2 or like a growler or something. Yeah, I don't think it ever changes. You look for like a blue, like S2 or like PFIS or common S2 or PFIS or growler or something. So I think it would be this one, honestly. Oh shoot, what the fuck? It's been a while since I used this one. I think you can stabilize it if I recall. Yeah. kind of forgot there though. Okay, let me just do the one here finally. It's very easy to find. Comments too. It's very unique looking compared to like the 2013, like 2014, 2015 as vehicles in the parking lot. Because obviously they didn't update traffic for 9th gen for some fucking reason. They did for 8th gen. Because yeah, they did practically literally fucking nothing with the story mode. Oh shit, I'm actually getting detected. Okay, shit. Oh fuck. I don't usually get detected for that long, but I'm just gonna get fully detected at least. But you're always just looking for like a blue S2 or some shit. So it's an easy way to get it through quickly. Cause yeah, I remember when I wasn't familiar with the vehicle, I was pretty annoyed with how long it could take sometimes. I'm gonna play without the charger now, because I'm already at like battery of like 2 or 3 or something. That way I don't have to be tethered to it during the stream any longer. Or are you original as a Santa? That's what you think, so if you're installed some shit or whatever. Nah, her and like Katie J are like the most like unoriginal characters in the game, so how ironic that he saying that they're unoriginal. Because I think that's supposed to be it. Yeah, shit, stabilize it, and what am I doing? Keep forgetting to stabilize them. Okay, onward. Alright, that was quick that time. Bitch, you're literally fucking. Hold on. Bitch, you are literally toes, bitch. You're literally like burnt ass toes, bitch. Just fucking Santa, bro. You look like fucking burnt toes. Who are you to say that someone's toes full? And I'm just kidding, obviously. I don't actually mean that for the sound.
Hey, great work. Once we show him this photo, those vault codes is ours. And you know what? I'ma send it to his wife anyway. We robbing the bank, but that shit is wrong, y'all.
Got chipmunks on ass, bro. Shit. What's I gonna say exactly? God damn it, I was gonna say something else too. Oh yeah, she naughty fucking whore ass bitch. If she wanna send it anyways, even with cooperation. That's what I meant to say, I think. Oh hell yeah, the man on like arcade game, that shit was fun as hell. Yeah, I like a different data armor here. Yeah, which one do I like to do typically? That's far range, and like long range with this heavy sniper, heavy pistol, that's like low range. I mean, yeah, heavy pistol and mini SMG are like close range, whereas heavy sniper is like long range, not much of a mid range option though. Well, but rifle, it's like in between, it's like a mid range. Oh, it's a close range and close range maybe with the pistol machine pistol. Alright, close range, shotgun, .50 also kind of close range, micro SMG. Alright, I probably did a hustler because of the bullpup. Yeah, since the last time I showed these off, I might have got new liveries because yeah, I hit 192 like off stream, so I got like all the different liveries at once since I had them like unlocked. Yeah, I forget if I even had to just RR last time I showed off the tuner collection here. And yeah, this one goes on like highways and stuff. That could be actually a very good one with the louvers on the back there, so I'd have that protection on the back. Yeah, I'm gonna go mine just RR, I think, here. Because that's #1 top speed, I'm pretty sure, for tuner subclass.
Let's go rob a bank. Let me get K up in here.
Ooh, I've been waiting on this call, baby.
We moved
I
this
don't know,
motherfucker.
I
This
wish
my
this
shit.
shit
The
was
Union
about.
Depository, this is the motherfucking big leagues now, y'all. Hit me with that plan again, baby girl.
Yeah, for like
Pick up the
600k
security
in
card,
gold, it's
leave
still
the
in
getaway,
big
walk
shit.
right in the front door, walk
Nah,
right out with the gold. And all
I
we
just do
gotta do
kind
is
of pretty
cross over
good.
to this
Like
contact
it's much
jack.
quicker than the shit comes
That's right. Now this
for
lady
2
what's
times, I
paying us
mean.
is a shady ass motherfucker. Like she wearing government issue pantsuit kind of shady. So we ain't fucking around with this one.
Keep us on headset. Let's do this.
Remember, your private security. You gotta play the part, you dig?
Just look like you itching to shoot someone but don't know how to flick the safety.
Yeah, try to look like you got a head injury and you failed the LSPD psych test. You know, you're a little slow.
Don't say nothing to the guard. Just flash your ID and eyeball that motherfucker.
All right, let me see your ID.
You're full.
Okay, on you go. Just swipe your pass inside the elevator. It'll take you right down.
Nice. Sounds like we through.
The car should send the elevator down to the basement.
Next stop, the vault, right, babe?
Mm-hmm. It ain't far.
Hope y'all limbered up. Gold shit gonna be heavy.
Because 600k in gold is definitely not the big leagues. Doing this twice compared to one Caprico doesn't even compare.
Yo, you in?
Why y'all whispering, Kay?
I'm hyped, girl. Shit, how the fuck you so chill?
Cause it's my job. You wanna fluster my shit, you better get on your back, player.
Bam. All right, y'all, get that gold upstairs before this girl give me another fucking thing to be thinking about.
I know that sound. We busted.
I thought the ID took care of that shit.
I need to go to that dialogue there, doesn't play.
As soon as your bag's full, we pull a plug and get the hell out. Cops gonna be hitting you with everything they got.
You want to see a fucking response time? Do something to get the balls back nervous. These motherfuckers in each other's pockets. Oh shit, sounds like a war zone out there.
Keep your head down. Just get to the parking lot.
Son of a bitch.
Might as well give up.
You updating your status or something? Get your ass out of there.
I'm gonna grab it for now. Let me use this cover here. Okay, now let's kind of dumb shit.
I'm aiming for your head. Some cover would help.
Okay, what are you doing down here? I got to wait. Ah shit, I think I take that police car you're doing them guns. I just blew it up. Okay, I killed a motorcycle here. What's around? What the fuck? What the despawn the motorcycle? What the hell? I didn't see it. Of course. Someone passed it or something. Nah, definitely despawn on bullshit. Okay, that was fucking bullshit. It really despawned the fucking motorcycle. Wait, realize I got the motorcycle just despawned.
Let's go! Fall back!
Whatever. Fuck that game. Spawned my motorcycle. You know, shit got to happen. I'm gonna die. Ah, fuck, I'm roadblocked. back in the car and actually surprisingly saved my ass. Get back in the car, surprisingly saved my ass here. Hey, seriously, move, character, move! Okay, fucking scary. Oh. Wait. I can go once I get over there. Okay. So much higher in the vehicle, so I'm protected from behind, so... Yeah, apparently if you just go there and take the police car, I guess you can already go, and it's interesting. Come on. For real. But yeah, you can dock with like cross and like A on like Xbox, for example. It's a more like secretive feature, being able to like dock in the car. So I was doing that to survive for all that bullshit from earlier. Surprisingly, I actually made it alive all this time. And yeah, extras just are because I'm on the highway, and so the top speed of all these tuner vehicles is pretty certain here. And even has the louvers even, which is perfect. So it's kind of perfect, like, 1 and 2 player, like, vehicle here for the depository contract, guys. And yeah, there's no difficulty setting, just as normal, but there is no difficulty setting. Oh, there's the Popo Zone, it's the way home. Yeah, not the great spot that was in here, but okay. Alright, seems to traffic might, seems to, like, Popos might be so scripted that there might not be a helicopter on this. Since, yeah, obviously it's kind of scripted because you can't move them up to a certain point, for example. Oh, shit, okay, never mind, that's incorrect. It's the only helicopter wants to show. Okay, there it goes. And yeah, got taken right over there. Noise. But yeah, again, I don't think reputation with this or the. Oh, and that's right. You actually only get 540,000. Yeah, that's right. I stand to KGA and KDJ get like 10% cut. That thing works like that for all the contracts, and not just this one. So you actually get 540,000, but still, I think it's a good chunk better than the other ones still now. So yeah, it's definitely worth doing the unit depository whenever you can. Yeah, I forgot about their cut. Obviously, I think a cut. Still, I do think. Previously left a job or event without completing. What the fuck is it talking about? I completed that shit. Okay. Weird. Claiming I left that shit out. I didn't leave that shit. Like, bruh, this game thinks it's a funny motherfucker doing that shit. Alright, and this is my personal because I don't know. But yeah. And then I said I want to do a Trevor contact mission. Oh shit, don't list here. But yeah. Chop Chop, Trapper Tail, Crystal Clear out. Diamonds are for Trevor. Lost my mind. Method into madness. Out of harmony. Satellite communications. That seems to be it. So it only seems to be like 8 options even for Trevor, so there's not that much for him. Like I was mentioning earlier, I don't think he's one of the better contacts, because for one, as I showed, he doesn't actually have that many missions, it seems. And then 2, he's not as good as like Lester and like Martin for day 1 contacts. And then he doesn't have like any contact missions with like updated payout structures like the Reaper Works and dispatch missions, like maybe the lots of play missions and stuff like that. So yeah, Trevor's missions are all pretty dated, and he doesn't have that many. But yeah, kind of forget Trevor's missions, kind of. Probably do one of his rank 71s or something. Yeah, to rank 70, I think. I get Chopper Tail. What do diamonds are for Trevor, I guess, here? I kind of forget what vehicle attendee is here. I might try Deluxo because it's one of the better contact engine vehicles, I feel.
You need something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know. I'll bring it to you.
Really, bro? Wow. Ridiculous. Armor because of AI NPC here. It's not having like one enemies, of course. Not something that usually happens there, but whatever. Yeah, I gotta be careful not to destroy it.
Take him down! Get him!
Okay. Oh, I don't have explosive sniper right now. Shit. Okay, honestly, I take a risk here. Screw it. Shit. Of course. I had sniper rounds. Alright, finally about time to make it there. Yeah, damn, I'm home for all that time. Not really too worth it compared to robbery contracts. Which, actually, speaking of that, I forgot to share something with that. The, like, strategy again with, like, getting Union Depository constantly. So don't do that. Nice glitchiness, Rockstar. But yeah, I did actually forget to show off like the strategy of getting Union Depository or any other like contract you want again and again. It's not a guarantee you might have to keep doing the same thing multiple times, but it's the best I know on how to get the like different contracts again and again. I don't really know if there's another method.
What you need, boss? Some wheels? I can bring them round.
So I go back to auto shop, click the shit it off, and I'm going to pretty much end the stream there. Since I did that like robbery contract and then the Trevor mission I wanted to do. And also playlist method for contact missions. It's not going to be in the mission section. It's called mission like the contact missions, but you don't find it in there. You only find like the adversary modes and stuff like that. But yeah, if you want to make a like playlist of all the different like contact missions, like the Trevor ones, for example, if you want to put like all 8 of them and put them in a playlist, you can. You just have to recently play them, since you have to go in that section and do it. So you have to play it normally first, and then you can add it to the playlist. So that's the optimal strategy for Trevor contact missions, make a playlist of all of them. Or obviously you might be able to get one off like the social club as well if you don't want to make your own. I would recommend just making your own, to be quite honest, not that much effort, in my opinion. Oh shit, I don't get how I hit the 3 ball of all things. Oh, headlights intact, yeah.
You enjoying the payout after that last job? Huh, I know I
But
am.
yeah,
Finna be
right
icing
now,
on
for
my
example,
cake.
with the bank
I ain't
contract, the agency deal, and like a data contract. But yeah, I think you can get the same heist, like one after the other. But I think if you get the same one and it hasn't been enough time, it'll have a lock that come in and you can't like do it or whatever. And yeah, there's that exact export thing, for example, the one on the chalkboard there. And you have to use the other like client things. Maybe I'll do one of these since I'm here quick as well. Why not? I'm never really doing them anyways, to be honest. Yeah, this looks a bit more higher end, I feel, than the other one, and I think there's different like tiers and stuff. Spray. Everything black. Performance upgrades. Sports transmission. EMS upgrading. One. Street suspension. Skirts. Aftermarket skirts. Current exposed grill.
How's it go?
Rear bumpers. Carbon rear bumper. Wheels. And Super G. Doesn't request a color or anything, it looks like. But yeah, I can have the staff deliver it, or I'll deliver it. I'm gonna deliver it because staff sucks ass at that, apparently. But yeah, again, I still gotta show off, like, the way to cancel it. I already kinda did. Or actually, I do gotta set them first, and then I gotta cancel. But I can just show it off without canceling it, so I just go on a phone option, so I'll probably just do that.
Hi.
Okay, and damage is really uncomfortable here. 75,000, and I just spent like 35,000. Just that might not actually be as good as I would have thought it would be on triple, to be honest, for the client jobs here or whatever.
Hey, man. What's up? Hey, what's going on, brother?
When 10,000. And for delivery, service cost. Okay, yeah, spend that amount and then you can get it. I'm confused. I want 10,000 on triple. Okay, that's actually pretty decent, like I was saying. At first, it didn't seem all that good because I was like, you spend 45,000 and you get like 70,000 or whatever, and you only get like what 40,000 in profit. But no, that was pretty good. So yeah, it could be pretty worth doing for sure, especially on triple. I don't know if it's actually ever been on triple before. Maybe the first time that was on triple there. But yeah, I think I can show it off. I just won't be able to select or anything. That's fine. It's easy to explain.
Hey, yo, what you need?
But yeah, all you gotta do is call as a Santa and then cancel a contract job when you have one active, and then that will refresh the like robbery contract board, so you can refresh it constantly until you get the one you want. So that's the one thing you can call as a Santa for there. It's pretty useful if you want to keep getting the Union Depository, for example, which is definitely the best one, no doubt, by a good margin, like I mentioned earlier. And yeah, I think that finally does everything for the stream here. All the talk of the event stuff, and then obviously the fun like, gameplay aspect of it all as well, since I do that now. So I'm actually playing the game every time, instead of just purely talking about stuff. But yeah, I think that is finally going to be it for the stream. Next stream will surely be the next event stream, especially being Monday now. Hope you enjoyed. Maybe video stuff. Never know. I want to say that, but I never do. That's not going to be it. Hope you enjoyed.